should. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot I'm muted. I'm sorry. But yeah, we should be good now. Are we good, guys? Oh wait, hold on. They can't. Wait, what is going on? OBS, please. Hold on. I can fix that. I can fix this. This is
What?
fixable.
What? You better fix it. You better fix it.
This is fixable. Okay, this is OBS playing tricks. This is OBS once again changing all of my audio sources literally every single time I open up the platform. Um, I'm actually
It's
using.
fixed.
Is it fixed now? Are we good? Let us know how the
Apparently, it's
audio.
fixed.
Yeah. Can you hear both of us? Are we both too loud, too quiet?
Hello, hello, hello.
We should be good, but we gotta make sure. Nice
Nice background
background.
check. I've been making this today. That's been my job this afternoon. I promised myself that I was going to take a half day on Friday, and my half day on Friday, the afternoon, I spent decorating the office here. So yeah, I now have a wooden wall, which is cool.
That is quite nice. Absolutely.
The crazy thing is that now behind me, you're looking into a corner like this is one wall and this is another wall, and like but it does you can't really tell that, but it does go into a corner. It just kind of merges together. So when I'm sat across that point where the joint, it's very difficult to tell that it's actually a corner. But the wall does carry on for like 3 meters down that way as well.
Yeah. And these are the kind of things that excite us these days.
Yeah, like I just like to make things and do things right, and sometimes just putting some fixtures on a wall is doing something.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, Tata Turk L with the best joke I've heard all day. Any IC or GB reviews today? Um, unfortunately not. At least most likely not. I guess anything could happen. We'll talk a little bit about that. I don't mean to say that you're joking if you're actually asking a genuine question. But it's been quite a while since we've done our traditional interest check and group by format reviews. It's just not really something we do anymore for a multitude of reasons, actually. So I'm sorry if you're here for that, but you're about a little over a year too late.
Yeah, it was
June, I
June
think,
last
last
year.
June.
Yeah, June last year. Yeah,
It's been about a year. Yeah, it's almost like an anniversary of not doing that anymore. Jay seems noticeably
anniversary
louder.
of no news.
Okay, I can fix that. We'll just mute
Fix
Jay
it.
again. We'll just completely mute him.
Fix it.
It'll be good. Okay, I just adjusted it a bit. It's at 6.1 full decibels of adjustment, guys. Let us know how that goes. Days have passed. That's right.
Yeah, that feels like a long time ago now. Like
It does.
I
It
can't.
feels like another time.
Do you know what? Here's an interesting thing. I bet that there are key sets that went into group buy that we discussed as group buy sets on that last show that still haven't shipped.
Not
I will
only
bet that there are sets there.
not only do you have to bet that, Jay, I can guarantee that because I'm in at least one or two group buys that are like that, including GMK Yugo,
Tasty,
which I think
tasty.
just started
Well,
shipping.
yeah, but did we cover any of those on the last show? That's what I mean. On
Oh,
the
the
very
last.
last show. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. My bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so Huey's posting some that are older. So Mother Light shipped, so I have that on the way. Um, Dracula I know hasn't shipped, but
we talked about those
what?
before the last
Yeah,
episode.
we talked about those before the last show. I don't even know what we talked about on the last show, but I wonder
I
if
don't
there's
remember
something
either.
that we talked about on that last show that hasn't been shipped yet. I'm sure there will be. I'm
I
sure there will
mean,
be.
probably, yeah. I mean, there's definitely quite a few sets that haven't shipped when we were still doing the news. Moto Light
Yeah.
is one of them. Dracula, another.
No, Model
You
Light
go.
shipped. Model Light has shipped.
Oh,
It's
has
on
it?
the way from, or at least from
Okay.
the EU vendors, because I got shipping notification yesterday that my set had shipped. And Janglad was selling Model Light extras on his store on Tuesday, I think. So the extras are definitely out there already. The Model Light is definitely shipping.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, hopefully we'll get it here pretty soon. Then I'm glad that Yugo is finally shipping too. I've seen one or two, at least EU sets in the wild,
Mhm.
which is pretty cool. So hopefully the US will be getting that in the near future as well. Dotnik says Hammerhead. That set was quite interesting because it went through a couple
I
iterations.
see. Into group buy, cancelled group buy, disappeared for 6 months, came back into IC, went into group buy, was successful, and
Yeah.
hasn't shipped yet. Yeah, that was the order.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, while he was kind of quote unquote away, he was taking a lot of feedback at that time, because I remember he took a lot of advice from us even
He
before.
did. He reached out to both of us. Yeah, I think I talked
Yeah.
him through some of the ISO King
I
stuff and
think
other
I
bits and
think
pieces.
that's
Yeah.
at least part of the reason why he decided to cancel the original group buy, because us, along with many other people, I imagine, were like, hey, you need to restructure this. Like, this is not going to go over well for you or the group buy. It was terrible, terrible kidding, especially for the price. It seemed kind of all over the place. It was on a he was trying to run it himself, so it was a brand new vendor. He had no traction. There was multiple base kits. It was kind of a nightmare, but he had since kind of restructured a lot of it, and it did go a lot more successfully for him, which was good to see.
Yeah, good. Jay Schiff, thank you so much for the 500 decibel reduction bits. I really appreciate those. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. I'm assuming the bits means that we got the audio right, and Jay's no longer too
I
loud for
think
us.
that's what he's saying. Yeah, he sent the bits because we fixed the audio. Yeah.
Um,
Wayward Fox saying nice background, Jay. Thank you. I installed it today. If you check my Insta stories out, you will see the whole process of me fitting this wall today. Um, there's like I'll
Duh.
warn you, there's like 20 minutes, so you might want to skip through because there is literally like 20 minutes of Insta stories just documenting how I made it.
I try to go through your Insta stories sometimes, and I'm just like, man, you do so much, and it's so much of it is on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is something we might be able to do. I don't know about today, but maybe. Dotnik saying, can we get a VOD review? So we could do a live reaction VOD review to our last news
We could do
episode.
that.
You
We could
think,
do that.
could we do that? You think we could do that? That could be a thing.
I think we could do
So
that.
we actually have nothing major scheduled to talk about today. 2 weeks ago we had kind of a fun, silly, interactive game that went over really well. We definitely enjoyed that. It seemed like Twitch chat did as well. Last week we had a bit more of a serious discussion where we talked about kind of some big turning points for us in the hobby, as well as yours. And then, of course, what we kind of want out of the hobby moving forward. What do we want the hobby to look like? What do we personally, as individuals and for the community, want out of the hobby? And that was an awesome episode as well. We had some great feedback there. We had some great discussion. A ton of Twitch chatters for that episode as well. So clearly it was enjoyed, and that was pretty awesome as well. A live VOD review of that would be
I feel like
crazy.
that'd be interesting. It'd be cringe.
It'd
It would
be
make me cringe, I
it'd
think,
be pretty
because
cringe.
I struggle to watch the VODs back. I'll be honest.
It's tough. I mean, that's kind of just like live shows, though, right? Like, this isn't like necessarily a scripted thing.
Yeah.
We're kind of just hoping for the best, and it's a live show at its core. So I mean, things are gonna go wrong, things are gonna go cringe. There's some things we just can't take back, because this isn't TV magic. All right, this is the real life.
Stuart says I started listening with the new format. Never saw or listened to an IC group by review show. I
You
really
know,
appreciate the more general discussions. It's easy to get caught up in the cult of the news, dude. That's pretty much why we gave it up. Like we used to cover every single IC and group buy that happened every single week, and that was fine when I first joined Top Clack before. When Brian was doing Top Clack with Huey and before that Vector, but towards the middle of last year, when COVID was starting to ramp up and people were just at home and interest checks just blew up out of the water, it was getting almost impossible to keep up with just the sheer number of interest checks and group buys, never mind anything else. So we tried cherry picking which ones we were going to talk about, and some designers got upset at that and said you didn't talk about my set or my board or
oh,
whatever.
at least once or twice a week, I'd get a PM being like, "Hey, you didn't cover my set." I'm like,
Yeah, why didn't you talk about this? And it's like,
we're not
well,
talking about them
just
to promote them. That's not the point of the show.
yeah. Yeah, it wasn't free promotion. It was a really interesting time. And then both Brian and I took a break from doing the show for a little bit because we were both just I think the
We
easiest way
were
to describe it, so we talked about it on the path. We were just both
look,
tired, right?
we were
We
burnt
were
out.
exhausted.
Let's be honest. We were
Yeah.
burnt out on that. And at the very least, on that format, we were burnt out. Like, that's just the reality of it. We don't need to beat around the bush. We were burnt out on it. We knew we needed some
Yeah.
kind of refresh, some kind of different, something that we enjoyed, because it was getting to a point where the show was just becoming stressful to do, and I've sort of made
The
a promise
hours
to
as well.
myself. I've made a promise to myself more recently that I want to stream because I enjoy doing it and I have fun doing it, and it's almost more of a stress release versus something I have to be stressed about doing. And it was definitely a lot more stressful when we were doing things like the news. So
It was tough. Like just the sheer amount of prep work as well.
it
Writing down
was,
all those interest checks,
yeah,
writing down some commentary about each one, writing down all the group buys, thinking up some commentary, linking back to other things, comparing it to different products, and working out
yeah.
about different kitting and what the coverage was. And yeah,
We
can you
really
imagine if
did.
we'd have tried to do that without prep?
It, I was thinking about this recently, actually. In fact, even last night while I was looping switches, I was kind of thinking back on how. You know what? Before I talk about this, I'm going to roll the intro. We're going to kind of get the show started here,
Yeah, I
because
forgot that we
we're
hadn't actually started the show.
yeah,
Yeah.
because the show yeah, okay, yeah, it was this is how it goes. All right, this is fine. All right, roll the intro now.
With the lighting the way it is. There we go.
That's
I'm
are you,
back.
are you turning on your blinding light?
Yeah, because the so the way the lights are set up for the streaming, they used to bounce off the back wall because the back wall was grey, and it used to light from behind, like quite softly. But I used to get a glow on my desk from behind. I could see what I was doing. I can't do that anymore because the wall's dark now, and I haven't fixed all the lighting yet. So I've put the major light on so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Okay. Well, hello, welcome to the stream, everyone. This is Top Clack. I'm Quakeums. That's Jay, and you probably know exactly who you are, and you are right here, right now, and we are very grateful for that. Thank you for showing up. As you might have already guessed from this kind of intro and stream title, we don't really have a general topic for today. We had some very interesting episodes recently, but today we just needed a little bit of a calmer episode, I guess, and a little bit of just a more interactive Twitch discussion, hanging out with you guys, having a good time. I know that doesn't necessarily appeal to everyone, so I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you guys for showing up. Right now, if you're here for a bit of the pre-show, which we were just doing, we've been kind of reminiscing a little bit about the older days of Top Clack and kind of how we've come and how some of our thoughts and perspectives and opinions have changed a little bit. And we can kind of continue to do that as well. We do have a little bit of we kind of want to do a mail call as well, which has been a long time coming. It's been a long time since we've done a mail call, but I've recently been getting a lot more keyboard things in the mail. I had a bit of a lull, but now I have lots of things coming in, which is really exciting. And I definitely want to show some things off, so we're definitely going to do that as well. But kind of continuing on from the story that I was just kind of talking about, I was thinking last night and how when we used to do the news, one of the things that was interesting about doing the news is, at least the old format in general, is people expected us to know, like, everything, basically. Like,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm gonna be honest with you. I was okay with that because I like being the person that knows everything. I like having the answers. I like being able to help people in that way. I like people being able to come to me and me having, those solutions for them. That's a really good feeling in my opinion.
Sure. Yeah,
And
I get
and
that.
and last night I was thinking back. I was looping some switches in bed, of course, because that's how I loop my switches, as we all know now. Um, I was looping switches and I was thinking back and I was like, man, it was really fun to know things, like to know all the things and be like, that kind of pillar in the community that people relied on. That was a really good feeling to me, and I kind of miss that because I feel like that's much harder to accomplish these days. There's so many things now. It's like not possible to know everything anymore about the keyboard community. The
100%.
hobby, the products. It used to be so easy. Well, not necessarily easy, but it used to be so feasible, so doable. With just spending a couple hours a day on this and that, and you kind of have everything locked down. Nowadays, you just can't. There's too much community division. There's so many. Well, not necessarily too many, but there's so many vendors. There's so many products. There's so many people. There's so many this and that, and you just can't keep up. Nobody can. It's not just me and Jay. It's it's
Yeah.
it's really everyone, and I feel like it's kind of a bummer that I'm not that person anymore, and that kind of bums me out
I
a
don't
little
think
bit.
anyone can be that person anymore, though,
No.
because more than ever now, Like at one time, like when I first joined Clack, and probably up until maybe the start of 2020 when things started to really ramp up, you could have shown me a picture of any keyboard that was in the hobby, and I would have been able to name it. You
Yeah.
could have shown me any key set, I would have been able to name it. You could have shown me the switches, I would have been able to name them. I'd have even probably been able to tell you how they felt and what they sounded like and what my opinion was on them. But now, quite often, I will look at a board and there are 30, 35 different Alice boards out there. Some of them I can't tell apart. Like, I look at them, I don't know whether it's one or the other or the third one or whatever. You know, I'll see new 60% that I've never seen before. I'll see new TKLs and it's like, oh, that's so and so. Nope, I'm completely and utterly wrong. It's something else. I don't think anyone can know the hobby the way that people did know the hobby 12 months ago, 18 months ago, and before that, because there's just too much out there now. It's almost impossible to keep up unless you dedicated every waking moment to trying to track what's going on in the hobby. I think you'd really struggle to keep up with it. There's just too much going on. It's overwhelming.
It's hard, and I'll be honest. Even right now, there's people that do it a lot better than I do. People that are able to just be like, "Oh, that board is that, and this is happening soon, and that." And I'm like, man, how do you follow all these things? It's so hard. Like I try to live my life like outside of keyboards, and I feel like because of that, I miss so many things that happen in the keyboard hobby. As big of a
Sure.
big a part
Yeah.
of my life as this hobby is. Quick shout out to Mech Merlin. Hello. It says, "Hey, I made it to my first Top Clack stream in forever. Glad to have you
Hey,
back."
Merlin.
Merlin's been a busy boy lately. He's been doing a lot of streaming. I think he
He
made partner
has.
recently, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm
That's
wrong, but
awesome.
if
That's
that's
awesome.
true, shout out to you. Always good to see Merlin doing some cool stuff, and he does a news show as well that's been quite popular. So glad other people have been kind of taking over the much more dated Top Clack mantle, as it were. So
Yeah,
yes,
that's really
shout out to
cool.
Merlin.
It's good to see you, Merlin, as well. You might have seen? I have a little sticker of you, Merlin. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet. I'm not sure if you've seen it yet,
Oh,
but
I don't think I've seen
I
the
got a
Merlin one.
mail day. Yeah, I have a sticker of it. It was on my Insta stories, but then again, my Insta stories are nuts.
I saw
So
I saw the one of me because Geo pointed it out, and he was or no, I think it was Osiris was like, "Oh, I hope I get a Quakeum
this
sticker
is
or
the best
something."
one. Osiris's is the best one. Like it's phenomenal. It's like my favorite of all the stickers. It's my favorite.
Oh, really?
Mine's kind of a little bit slightly upsetting because because my Insta stories are so long. Crash took the mick out of me, and my Insta stories, my sticker is basically just me holding my phone and pointing at stuff. That's what my sticker is because that's what I do on my Insta stories all the time. So yeah,
Yeah, no, totally.
it's interesting. Yeah,
Yeah. Do
but the
we have
whole
a
poster is amazing.
picture
It's
of
phenomenal.
this poster? Can we show this?
I have the poster. Do you want me to get the poster and show it? I can go grab it really quickly.
I wanna put it on
Let me go
screen.
grab it. Let me go grab it.
Okay, you go grab it. I'm gonna try to find. Does anyone have a link to the poster? I think I have it somewhere. I just can't remember where, without completely ruining what's on screen here. So if anyone has a link to that poster that we're talking about, it's pretty awesome. It's a bunch of. It's basically, if you haven't seen it yet, it's basically a bunch of community members, and they're kind of all drawn in
It's
this kind of animated fashion.
it's more than that. It's more
It's
than just the community. Anyway,
sure, true, yeah. I don't do
let
it
me show you the
justice. Feel
stickers
free to.
first. Let me show you the stickers first. See if you can guess who these are, Brian.
If I can guess who these are. Okay. Sheesh. I can't even see the. I can see the car. Is that what says Omni type on the side? So is that Garrett
It is,
and
yeah, and his
his
girlfriend,
wife? His wife.
his wife's three, and the dog's in the back as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See if you can guess who this one is.
That's
Come on, camera
quite
focus.
obviously Chewy. I would guess. Great cosplay on that too.
Can you guess who this one is? Come on, focus. There we go.
Glasses? Wait.
Yep, yep, that's
Is
glasses.
it
Yep.
okay?
This is my favorite one.
We're working with a pretty small screen here, so we're kind of Osiris. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see the outfit now. Okay, that's pretty good.
Right,
I really like
right.
Diego's. I think Lightning has my favorite of the bunch that I've seen, at least.
He does have a good one.
Yeah, he's got the
This
kind
is
of
this is
the
Lightning.
transcendent like almost omnipotent, like fully
Dalai
enlightened.
Lama
Yeah,
style.
which is
Yep.
great because in my eyes, Lightning is like without a doubt one of the most like experienced and knowledgeable enthusiasts.
Do you know who this one is?
That's I'm gonna go ahead and guess Teha types on that one. That's our
Right. Yep. 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 What about this handsome chap? Do you know who this one is?
well, that's clearly a really awkward looking guy with an oversized head, and he's a little. Uh, I'm guessing that's supposed to be me. There's a little Top Clack logo on the shirt. I look really
It
buff.
is. Do you know who this one is?
The hat is a dead giveaway. I think that's gonna go ahead and be Mech Merlin on that one.
It is. Yeah. So Merlin, there you go, dude. That's who that is. Here's mine. Here's mine.
That's pretty accurate.
Crash.
You look like
Crash taking it.
such a hipster. I love it. That's so
Yeah,
good.
it's so accurate. It's so accurate. It's untrue. Like the whole thing is just me. He actually did a version of this earlier on that used to have my old beard, my goatee, and he had to change it all for the full beard. But it is literally just me pointing at stuff in my workshop. So he took the mickey out of me a little bit. What about this one? Do you know who this one is?
Yulia?
Yep,
Is that her
that's
name?
Yulia from my keyboard. Yeah.
My keyboard? Yeah.
Okay, this one's really hard. See if you can guess who this one is, because you can't see their face.
Uh, is it Beep?
It is. Yeah. Well done. Well done.
Okay, I only because it looked like his logo on the side of the stall. I think that's the
Yeah.
only reason I
Yeah.
got it.
It also
Um,
says milkshake across the top. Right, but
oh,
that
does it?
that's the stickers. But the cool thing isn't the stickers. The cool thing
I
is the
wish
poster.
I wish I had a. I should have been properly set
There
up for
isn't
this.
a, there isn't a picture anywhere that you can get. So this is the poster. I'm going to have to show it from a distance and in stages. But it's called Keep Town, and it just has pretty much every streamer, every vendor, in some way, shape, or form. Even if that person isn't there in the flesh, there's like a little hidden references to people in there. Like it's really difficult to see, but there's a Mechanisk logo just here, just hidden in the glass railing, and stuff like that. And so there's all sorts of really, really, really hidden stuff in here, and it's just amazing and phenomenal.
Yeah, I want to hold on. I'm gonna. I think I actually have a picture of this, but to really efficiently do this, I have to kind of turn off your camera for a second, Jay.
Oh, great! I see.
They can
I
still
see.
hear you, of course, but I have to do a little adjusting on Discord, and since it's just a little awkward to do, so just bear with me
Um,
for a second, guys. And I think I actually have an okay at least digital picture of this.
I was
Um,
told a digital version of the image wasn't being shared, but unless someone's taken a
oh,
picture of it. And
I have
did it.
one. Am I not allowed to share it?
Oh, I think you're allowed to show it, like, because I specifically if I could show the poster off, and I was told yes. So
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and swap over and do this then. So I do have a digital picture of this, and it's still a little hard to see. It's not like the biggest picture. I can zoom in a little bit, and we can kind of scroll down here, and we can take a look at it. This is pretty cool to look at. I guess some of you guys haven't seen this yet, but this is super cool. This is super cool. Um,
so I can see you and Lightning there. Can you do you know who else is in that area with you?
I could probably I could probably guess a few of these. I don't know who some of these people are. I'll totally be honest. However, I want to know who this ninja is up at the top here because I didn't even realize this last time. Who is this?
I don't know. I don't know.
Interesting. There's a little kind of holy panda here. That's kind of cute. Um,
Yeah, there's the Holy Panda. There's Tay Keebs in the window to the left of that as
yeah,
well.
that's yeah. Takeebs, yeah, right there.
Can you see?
Mekanesuku. I'm assuming this is some kind of. Wait, no. Mekaki Bodo.
Yeah, mechanical keyboard. I think it's supposed to say.
I can read this. This is katakana. I can actually read this now. So it's. I'm assuming this is whoever runs whatever that site is.
Yep. Can you see the ISO banner as well to the right?
The ISO banner. Yeah, there's a little ISO banner right here.
You see that there's
Big
someone hiding behind there?
Keep Town. Oh, there is. There's a lot of homage. I'll be honest. I've glanced at this like fully, but I haven't like really taken the time to look at it in detail. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Who
Oh,
is that?
the thing is, I don't know. The thing is, you can look at this forever and you can find new details about it as well. So there's all sorts of stuff. Like there's a load of the people that have got like their own stuff based on who Crash knew and who didn't know. Like you can see to the top right, there's Rama's work studio, and you can
Ramen
see
Kate.
Rama and Kate are there and in there and doing stuff. And you can see Mr. Nathan Kim with his cats underneath and stuff like that. And you can see Salvin with his house and CNC. But then you can see that there's an Island KB, there's a Daily Clack one, there's a Z Frontier bit. And if you check the little glass railing where the guy's sitting on the edge, that's Marin, that's Pusher, sitting on the edge of the balcony, leaning over,
This right
with
here,
the
the
orange
one by
shirt
me.
on the left. Yeah, the one by you. If you look just on the brickwork, just to his left hand, can you see that there's the IC, the Input Club logo, just in there, and there's the Mechanisk logo in there as well, just in the brickwork, just by his left hand. No, his left hand. His left hand.
This one. Oh yeah, right here. Input Club logo.
Yeah,
Mechanisk
yeah, and
logo
there's a
right there.
Mechanisk one. Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
TX keyboards logo over here.
Right, right. There's all sorts of tiny, tiny little details.
Desk Hero Island.
Um,
Yeah, there's the vendors
there's
everywhere.
also
This is the little
there's
key
also
cult kind of stream. I'm assuming is what that is.
that's the Key Cult update stream. Yeah, and
Key
you've got
cult set.
Salvin's workshop to the side. Yeah, you've got Binge making his keycaps. You've got Norbauer sitting on the wall typing away on a keyboard as
Norbauer.
well.
Yeah, he's typing
Can
on
you can
what
you
looks like an upside
see?
down 66 key
Yeah, can you spot the homage to Zambamon?
to Zombimon.
I'll give you a clue. It's graffiti and it's on a wall.
This is quite a game.
Like there's so much. Like I could ask you 1,000 of these questions
Yeah,
because
no,
there's
it's
there's stuff,
look.
there's stuff hidden
There's a little
everywhere.
Via signature right here. I didn't notice before as well.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
there's something like everywhere. You're right.
Look on the wall to the right of that, the little blue wall where the steps are, and you'll see there's a little cafe logo, and there's also Olivia's he on that wall there as well.
Yeah,
Mm. Yeah, do you see that?
yeah.
If you scroll up a little bit further up, and then if you look over to the left, there's some yellow graffiti on the wall. That's the homage to
Oh, the
Zambamon. It says
no.
no.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's
Cool
so
is that,
perfect.
right?
That's so
How cool is
perfect.
that?
This is pretty crazy. To be honest, this is super cool.
Oh, someone's spoiled it. Someone's Tattoo KL spoiled it for the Mona K rug. I was going to ask you if you could tell me in Binge's studio if you could tell me what the rug was, the logo from, but it's the Mona K logo, which is a really cool little detail.
I probably can. Is this supposed to be Marcus ETF here, outside in the little mechanical eggplant?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It could be.
That looks
It
kind
could
of
be.
like
But I don't know
ETF.
everything.
This is. I'm guessing this is Minterly. This is probably tiny. Um,
Yes, I think it's mentally and tiny. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, one
Uh,
of Minterly's dogs, perhaps, or a doggo over there. Very cool.
mhm, mhm.
There's of course this is the prototypist warehouse. Jay and his iconic dots in here.
Yeah, with my
Very
little
cool.
3D printer and toolboxes. Interestingly, so Crash must pay attention to my workshop Insta stories because even the order of the toolboxes is correct under the workbench. Like even down to that level of detail, he's
Wow.
got the order of the toolboxes right. It's so tiny. It's so tiny, but it's so cool.
I like the
Um,
there's like is this JWK graffiti above the
yeah,
sticks?
right.
What the heck? This is so. Oh, this is the best thing I've ever seen. To the right of you, the one way sign.
Yep, yep.
Oh my god. So I'm gonna. So I've been using Way's name in space of like the word way in English, WAY, for a while now, and there's even a T-shirt collab with Top Clack that says "Don't lose your way," and it's
Yeah.
way spelled WEI. So I'm a big fan of stuff like this. This is really cool. And is this an international kit? Uh, Homage under that as well. That little kind
It
of
is. Yep.
that little
It's the
ISO.
logo for the international kit. Yeah, yeah. Yep.
This is all Crash.
Crash did
Crash did
100%.
all of this.
He's been working on it for months. For months. Yeah, absolute
I
months.
can see this is an absurd amount of work to do, and
There was so much. Every time I look at it, I see something new. Like every time I look at it, I see something new.
I like, yeah.
Um,
I mean, almost all of this is new to me. Oh, I just noticed next to Norbauer, there's a little thing of wax, so he's waxing the keyboard in his.
yeah,
He
right,
had that
yeah,
wax tutorial video. Yeah, in the little tiny little garden, there's a Gatoron here, and there's also it says artisan photo spot, which I think is kind of an homage to all the people that take photos like next to plants and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Very cool. There's the owl from mykeyboard.eu. Very
Hmm.
iconic.
Hmm.
This is really cool. This is super
It
cool.
is, yeah. There's some good little bits in Alex Otos' studio as well. If you go and have a look there, there's some cool little bits in that too.
Yeah. So Alex Otos down here, bottom left. We have some toys here. Very cool. Wow, little novel keys. There's a llama. Is this a oh is that an alpaca? Or is that a
Yeah,
llama in
mm,
this window? What is okay okay
it's alpaca for the alpaca switches, right?
sure. I can believe that.
Yeah. You can see my little dog as well running to catch up with Garrett and his dogs in the car, little white dog.
Yep, very cool. McMerlin just kind of browsing the streets.
Strolling
McMerlin
down the street.
actually he reminds this particular face reminds me of someone that I can't quite remember. He almost looks like an animated Sylvester Stallone, like a Rambo.
Oh wow.
He's kind
Yeah,
of,
that's
he
pretty
kind of
cool.
has like the eyes, kind of. Yeah, I don't
Adrian.
know. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is super
Can
cool.
you see the Smith and Rune logo? Because this is one that catches a lot of people out. I think a lot of people miss this one.
I haven't seen it yet.
Well,
Let
I will
me
give you a clue. It's close to my Datsun.
Smith and Rune. Oh, is it this kind of gutter work here?
Yeah, yeah. How cool is that? Like everyone just
Hmm.
misses that, I think.
That's yeah, really interesting. I like the little like custom Pikachu board. I forgot what that board was called, but in the little basket of
Yeah,
the bike.
the
This is
Clavier homage. Yeah, it's an
yeah.
homage to Clavier. Yeah.
This is awesome. Is this wait a minute? Is this skull outside of the kind of key cult stream place in this little like courtyard almost? Is this skull on this planter an OCM, a One Creative Mind homage? Because
I believe so.
it kind of looks like the his profile picture logo that he always uses.
I believe so, yeah. Tato TKL says this is so sick. Where can I buy this? As far as I know, my keyboard commissioned this and they sent it out to quite a few people. So they sent me a copy. I think they sent pretty much everyone who's featured is going to get a copy as far as I know. I'm not certain. But I got mine yesterday or the day before. And I knew it was in the works because Crash kept sharing a few bits with me, which is pretty cool. But as far as I know, it is going to be for sale, and I assume it's going to be through my keyboard. But that's all I know at the minute. I can't
Yeah,
confirm anything sadly just yet.
she
But it's so cool.
yeah she hit me up the other day and she asked me for my address, so I think mine is on the way as well. Um, God, this is I could just look at this forever. There's so much cool stuff. Like
Dude, there's so much stuff.
if you look over to the top left, there's quite a few things to actually point out here. So check out this arcade machine. It says Canon keys on the front. On the top, it says FOMO battle, which I
Yeah,
think is
right.
hilarious.
And
Also,
then there's
to the left, it says there's some MX Brown with a crown, little graffiti. That's supposed to be like MX
yeah,
Browns are king or something.
a king. Yeah, yeah. There's the AIO3 logo above that as well, and the little clock face.
Yep. Up here in the very top left. Very cool to see. Do we know who? Does anybody know who this ninja is? Does anyone know who this is? Because I'm really curious. Also on the mech boards, is that what it is? Mecha keyboards. Um,
Dot Nick says does the ninja has to be Mita.
is the ninja Mito? Is it really? I guess it could be.
I don't know. I don't know.
But I like down here over by the ISO sign. It says extras win.
Yeah, extra fine.
So I really want to know. I want to know who this is behind the ISO bush, and I want to know who the ninja is. As well as who's over under Diego on these stairs to the left with the 0-1 shirt. There's quite a few people. I'm kind of unsure. Is this supposed to be Lang with the glasses and the beanie outside drinking some kind of beverage with an umbrella?
I wonder. I wonder. I don't know who's in the store either. I'm not sure who's in the store there. I'm not sure who that is. But yeah, like I don't know everyone, but like there's
Static
some cool
Age.
stuff in there.
Static Age says the ninja is 100% Mito, laser eyes, and then he also says that
Oh, of
is Lang.
course, yeah.
Um, Gucci
Yeah,
Lang
okay,
with the slippers. Yeah, okay.
yeah, the slippers there. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
because he said it has the green colors. Yeah, so he has the he has like a beverage, which maybe could be a coffee. I don't know, but he has the umbrella kind of as like a gran homage, perhaps.
Gran. Yeah.
And then there's like a duck here.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to signify?
I think that's Yankar, the PCB designer, because he loves ducks. Like I think that's
Okay.
homage to Yankar
That's the cool
because
thing
he's a
about this,
massive
right?
fan of
Like
ducks.
every piece of it is like connected to something, and
Yeah, like
it's almost like a
if
game
you
trying to figure out what it
if
is.
you didn't know that Yankar liked ducks, how would you know that that was reference to Yankar? But yeah, like if you buy a gingham kit, it has like a little duck sticker on it. So I think that that's what that's a reference to.
Yeah, yeah, this is super cool. Who are these people above Norbauer here that kind of have their backs turned?
I don't know, but I'd be interested to know who the guy in the top hat opening his jacket would be, showing his wares. I'm not quite sure who that is, but I would love to know.
Anybody know who these two people are? Chat might know. They have big brains.
Chat always knows.
I
They
don't.
they always click on things that I'm not gonna make and I'm gonna miss. So
I've
yeah,
I haven't actually looked at chat in a while. I'm sorry, guys. I've been too enthralled by this poster.
Wilbur because of the logo. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, Wilbur. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Uh, with the top hat.
No, with the logo. If you look, yeah,
Hmm.
the no above them is Zambu. Yeah, we covered that one, Pokemon Kid. Yeah, yeah, the no above them. Yeah. Can you see the Theremin goat one as well?
No, I don't think I'm familiar with his logo. Is it just a go? Oh, the Switch Museum. Okay,
Yeah, the goat
that
on the Switch
that's
Museum.
pretty
Yeah.
obvious. Okay, fair enough. Um, yeah, really fascinating stuff.
Everywhere you look, there's new details, right?
Yeah,
Everywhere you look, there's something new.
there's a
Like
tiny Mince Things
even
poster over here.
yeah, like even the boxes
Shout out to
tend
QMK,
to have things on them. Yeah.
QMK and Via being represented down here.
Quedenker on the roof taking pictures. What's the sundial for? Do you know what the
This
sundial's for?
I don't know what the sundial's for. No.
I've not figured that one out either yet.
Hmm. Truly, you're right though. Everywhere you look, there's something.
Oh, it's the Wilbur logo. Yeah, the Wilbur logo. Yeah.
Oh, the sundial is? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I feel a little stupid on that one. Okay.
So do I. Don't worry. Don't worry. The thing is, are you going to see 1,000 things, and
Yeah.
people are going to get other things that you're not going to get, and all of that kind of stuff. So it's fine. It's cool.
I'm a really big fan of this one-way street sign. That's too good.
There's some
Absolutely
cool
too
little
good.
details in there, isn't there?
Yeah. God, this is so cool. So
See the
cool.
Dalco logo? No, I saw the hand engineering logo. I saw the hand engineering logo. I didn't see the Dalco one. But there's just so much detail in it. Like you could look at it for hours and hours and hours. And do you know what the interesting thing was? I know that Crash was making stuff and he was having to update it constantly because all the vendors change what they do. So, for example, TX keyboards in the US rebranded to Makibo, so he had to update the logo in that. This one, yeah, I think there's a couple like the Dixie Mech to Omnitype. He just slapped a sticker over the Dixie Mech logo on the car and
Oh
went with
yeah.
that. And there's all sorts of stuff.
It's true actually. It's
Yeah,
exactly how that happens. I didn't notice, but at the very top, it's almost hard to see. But right above, if this is presumably Mito, right above that, you get the Noxury logo on like kind of a rooftop there.
yeah.
That's a really easy thing to miss.
There's some, yeah, but there's details everywhere. If you
everywhere.
have to look at almost every single crack and mark and bump everywhere because half of it could be someone's logo.
Yeah, there's logos scattered everywhere on here. Everywhere.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, this is crazy. Like this towards the middle here. This is supposed to be Binge's workshop, right? With the hoodie, and he's got the pressure pot in
Yeah,
the back with his
yeah,
stickers.
Bingeworks. Yeah,
Yeah, at the top of his wall that he's kind of facing is a logo as well. That's Lewis's logo,
we
right?
said it's actually two things. So it's Mondrian esque. So it's reminiscing of the GMK Mondrian key set, but it is also for hand engineering. Yeah.
Yeah, man, so cool. What is it? There's a little band flippers? Is that what that's supposed to be? Over here,
Yep. Yeah.
very very fascinating. Oh man. I like how we've spent like like almost half an hour looking at this. I think this is super cool though. I can't wait to get this in. This is something I think I'll probably have to get like framed or something, right? Like this
Oh
is
yeah,
just
like I as soon as it came in, the first thing I did was hit up my friend who frames things. I was like, dude, what do I need to put this in a frame? He hooked me up. It cost me 150 quid for the frame and stuff like that, but it'll be
wow.
worth it.
That's
That's
probably
that's
worth
gonna
it.
go
Yeah.
up in the office renovation when it's all finished, it's gonna go up in here. So yeah.
Oh
But no,
man.
it's just really cool, right? Like there's just so much detail in it. Everywhere you look, there's something new. You can look at it 1,000 times and you can still see something new that you've not seen before.
What is this little bird? What is this reference?
I don't know.
Who in
I
chat
don't
knows what
know.
that is? Hmm.
Who's across from Mentally? Is it Gasp? Is it Apiary? In the yellow?
Uh,
Oh, sorry, across from Mentally, sorry. Yeah, I thought you meant across from Tiny, sorry. I
I'm
don't
not
know who that
sure.
is across from Mentally.
That
But
could be.
I think it's
That could be.
Apiary in the yellow.
Yeah, I think this is apiary. This is tiny. I'm pretty sure. This is apiary. I'm pretty sure. This is minterly. I'm pretty sure. This I'm not entirely sure who this could be. I feel like this could be a few people, but I'm really not sure.
The poster
Um,
is 61
lat
centimeters by 91.5
is it
centimeters. So there you go.
latrolium? Is it whatever? I can't remember her name. Uh,
Oh, Mika? Yeah, it could be.
it's hard to know with the back turn, but there's kind of like an artisan cap or
Lodica,
something
of
on the.
course. Mint Lodica. Yeah.
Oh, Minlodica. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Penguin Droppings. Yeah, I can't quite identify everyone. Got most people in this picture, but I can't quite get everyone.
Well,
But
that's the thing, though.
thank you so much.
Like, even if you can only get 10% of the people, you're doing really, really well. You're doing really, really well if you can get
Yeah.
10%. There's a couple I still don't know. Which is the guy in the serving hatch in the top restaurant. I don't know who that is.
That
A
could
couple of the ones
be.
around.
This could be I am me, you are you.
Oh, it could be.
Um,
Yeah, yeah.
this could be a couple different people, but hopefully chat knows. We'll just play the game with chat. Chat will always know, right? That is him,
Yeah,
says Dotman.
if we don't know, right? Okay, cool. Yeah.
Could
So,
be. Yeah.
me, you, are you? Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know who this is. We don't know who the person in the ISO bush is.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's Hugo Key's logo just above there as well. Just literally
Oh
above
yeah,
where that person is. Yeah.
right
I
there.
missed that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's logos everywhere. Almost everywhere you look, there's a logo, whether it's hidden or not.
Hmm.
I didn't realize until just now that the Holy Panda poster here says only $5 on the bottom
Yeah.
right. As for those of you that might be newer to the community, the original Holy Panda switches, and sometimes even just the original Panda switches without the Halo stems, were selling for upwards of $4 or $5 per switch. It
Yeah.
was nuts. It was a really big deal in the community. Yeah, someone putting out the BISO sticker right here behind Yulia. There's a bunch of stickers on this little kind of
Yeah.
little garden
There's
pot.
stickers everywhere. I haven't found a drop logo yet. No static cage. I haven't seen one yet, but it
Oh, I know
wouldn't
where it is.
surprise me if there is one in here.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
it's
there is
it's
one.
it's down. It's down here. I think it's this to the right of the QMK and VIA stuff in this wall. It's kind of
Gotcha.
embedded in the wall. I think that could be the drop logo because it's obviously supposed to be something. It's very
No,
differently shaped.
that's the Dalco. That's the
Oh,
Dalco
is that
logo.
Dalco? Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed it was a D and so I was like, I'm pretty sure it's Drop, but I guess I very well could be wrong. Maybe
It
do you think, real talk though? I mean, Drop is often kind of segregated from our community. Often boycotted by some. Even I wonder if Drop is even in here.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, it's Black Simon in the eggplant. It's Black Simon in the eggplant. I
Oh, is
didn't
that who
realize
this
who that
is?
was.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
okay, fair enough, fair enough. Hmm.
yeah. There's just
Yeah,
so much cool stuff going on. Yeah,
very
like
exciting.
everywhere you look, it's different. OCM logo. Yep, yep. The OCM logo's in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that one was a little bit more hidden.
Can you see Space Cable's logo behind it? I'll give you a clue. It's in Salvan's area.
Salvin's area, space cables. Um, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't really remember what Space Cable's logo looks like. I see this logo here on this little shelf. That's like Play Keyboards, or is that Young Cars logo
I can't see that
with
on your
the
screen very
the
well.
three boxes?
Yeah, it's Yanka.
Young
Yeah,
Car. Okay, so Space
yeah. So
Cables.
I give you a
Uh,
clue. Top of the CNC machine.
oh, that's a pretty big clue. Uh, I don't know Space Cable's logo. I just can't remember. Does it have to do with this helmet? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Okay,
space helmet. Yep, yep. That's
that's
the one.
that that makes sense. Okay. This is so fun just to look at. It really is.
It wouldn't surprise me if the drop logo's near like a rubbish bin or something. As much as I hate to say it, but that wouldn't
It
surprise
it
me.
could be. I'm looking for the drop logo. I genuinely don't know if it's here. I'm assuming Crash is probably not in chat, so we don't know if there's supposed to be a drop logo or not.
Uh, Streaking Bison says, "What's the brown van reference with the oops?" I actually
Holly Oops,
don't
right?
know, but I think. Oh, is that what it is? Oh,
I
okay.
thought it might be. It looks kind of like the Holly Oops logo, but maybe I'm wrong. Oops.
Jashif says the amount of love that went into. I know that Crash has spent hundreds and hundreds of hours on it. Like he has been doing this for months and
Dagger.
months and months. It's incredibly impressive.
I don't even remember how to spell. Is it Holy Loops? Holly
Maybe UPS and all the package drops. Yeah, that's what I was thinking it could be. Yeah.
Artisans. I know I've seen that logo before. Genuinely cannot remember what it is though, and it's gonna kind of drive me nuts. I don't know. Maybe that's not it. Maybe that's not it. I have no idea. Chat'll know. Chat'll always know.
The Smith and Runes logo. Yeah,
The
yeah. We pointed that one earlier on. It's
Yep.
a good one. Is the Smith and Runes logo? Yeah. It's very difficult to spot that one unless you're really looking for it.
Yeah. Fantastic, man. It's good stuff. I still want to know what this bird is here. Oh, it's the Geonworks logo on his wing. I think.
Oh yeah. I can't really see it from here, and I don't have the poster out. But yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Really cool. Okay. That one was really kind of baffling me. So I'm glad we saw that. I don't know what is some of this graffiti above your warehouse here. I know that on the left this is a JWK graffiti, but what is the rest of it? I can't quite tell what those words are. Oh wait, is it cherry, kale, JWK? Are they all Switch manufacturers?
Oh yeah. Switch menus. Yeah.
What is this one here to the right of JWK?
Not sure. Is it Duroc?
Chat's saying Duroc. Yeah, maybe it's Duroc.
Yeah,
That could make
Duroc.
sense.
Golden Ratio says, "Is that an owl?" Yeah, there's an owl on top of. So the guy in the blue jumper, the blue t-shirt, that's David from My Keyboard carrying the box, and he and Yulia own a pet owl. They have a pet barn owl, and that's the owl right there for you. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Who's the person in between Chewie and Yulia? This kind of suave-looking guy with the nice haircut. I
Hmm.
don't know who that is. Anybody know in chat who that is? We're
Shall know.
we're
Shall will be
we're,
able to
we're
tell us.
deciphering this poster. I still want to know who is on the far left as well, in the 01
Yeah.
long sleeve. 159. I guess that could be 159. I don't
Is
know.
it
The hardest to find there is Ripster. There's
Ripster?
well,
Wow.
I mean,
Blast from the
nobody.
past.
That's quite a blast from the past. Nobody knows what Ripster looks like, right? That's part of like the. That's
Yeah.
kind of like his
Yeah.
persona. Is like he like nobody knows what he looks like. He's kind of
He,
like this
I
mythical
heard,
being.
I heard that you were Ripster, Brian.
I am not Ripster. I might have seen Ripster once. There is actually there is a chance. There was a rumor that he was at the 2016 NorCal meetup that was hosted at WASD Keyboards.
Okay,
There
interestingly, you
was
were at that, and I know that you were at that meetup.
I was at that meetup with my then co-host
Everyone's-
Huey, Man of Interest, and there was a rumor that Ripster was there, and like I remember a couple people were like kind of on the lookout, and like there were a couple people that I saw that I feel like could have been Ripster, but I don't know. We never really figured it out.
Interesting.
So that's kind of interesting. There is a chance that I have met Ripster, or at least walked right by him.
Streaking Bison saying, "Who is Ripster? I'm not OG enough to know." Go look up on the RMK Reddit, and if you search Ripster in there, you'll probably find all that you need to know.
Ripster is an enormous part of keyboard history and keyboard science within the keyboard community. So, maybe less relevant these days because I don't even think he's in the community. I don't think anyone's really heard from him in a very long time.
Wow, how do we know he's not just rebranded himself? Right?
That's part of the that's part of how it is, right? Like we just don't know. Ripster's kind of like this enigma. He's very much kind of like almost like a supernatural kind of community member. We know so little about him, but he's done so much for the community. It's crazy, man. Ripster science. You remember how you used to you remember the Ripster method for testing switch weight? Where you just
Nope.
where you put nickels. A nickel is like
Oh yeah, you put coins on top. Yeah,
X
yeah,
amount of
yeah.
grams or whatever, and you just stack nickels. That was a Ripster thing. The ripstometer.
Yeah.
Ripstometer, I think is what they called that. Ripster.
Even Jashuf is calling you Ripums now because I think everyone agrees with Merlin and I that you are Ripster. You are the rebrand of what Ripster was and who it became.
I'm not nearly mysterious enough to be Ripster. I'm an open book. I feel like everyone kind of just knows everything about me already. Ripster was the exact opposite. Nobody knew anything about Ripster, but he did so much. He was the one that started RMK, right? He was the founder of RMK.
Yeah, he started RMK. Yeah, he started,
after kind of a legendary geek hack debacle back in 2012 or 2013, I think. Or maybe
very early days.
Yeah, pretty early on. This is like ancient keyboard history. It really is. McMillan says he's heard about that rumor too. So yeah, it's very possible that Ripster was at that meetup, or someone was just spreading rumors. Dual personas.
I think he meant the rumor about you being Ripster. I've actually heard that rumor about Brian too.
It's like not even possible though, because Ripster was in the community before I was.
But that's what we're saying. Ripster disappeared. You appeared. Hey.
No,
you were both at the same meetup.
Ripster was still active when I came into the community.
You were just maybe you were just taking your time to wind down the Ripster personality as you spun up the Quakeham's personality. That's all I'm saying.
I guess so. It's so could be. Yeah, funny enough, I messaged Ripster at least half a dozen times trying to get him on the show on Top Clack back when it was Man of Interest and myself. And I would constantly message him. I'm like, hey, look, I know you're trying to be mysterious, but like you can alter your voice. You don't need a camera. Like, just come on and talk with us. Like, just come talk with us. You can still be a mystery. Like, but never replied to me ever, and I was so sad, So sad because that would have been such a cool episode, such a cool guest. Possibly the most prolific guest you can have on a keyboard show. Anyways, Merlin says Ripster supposedly originated the Holy mod and the Tape mod. Oh yeah, but he says, okay, real talk. I go to the PDX meetups quite often, and I apparently was in a meetup with him as well. Perhaps we can compare photos from your NorCal meet and my PDX meet. We can figure it out. I don't think I took any pictures. I mean, that was like 5 years ago. I'm not very good at taking pictures. I'm not really a photographer kind of person. I don't really do a whole lot of that. But I should have. Maybe someone else did. There's probably pictures of that meetup. Maybe he's on camera somewhere. That'd be interesting. Detective work, yes. Cross-reference. Did Blind make it into the poster? And did TKC make it? It's possible. We haven't uncovered all the mysteries of this poster yet, but we did just now pretty much go through it for about half an hour, pointing out as many things as we could possibly find, trying to figure out who all the people and logos are. And I think we did a pretty good job. But that's, like Jay was saying, that's one of the cool things about this is like you can every time you look at it, there's almost something new, right? There's things just kind of hidden everywhere, like tiny homages and logos. And just the smallest little details that, really kind of can make the world of difference. So, very, very cool stuff. Crash made the mat poster. Yeah, Crash did it. Ripster equals Quakeums. I don't think I'll ever be as cool as Ripster was, during his kind of heyday, as it were.
I wonder when his last when Ripster 55's last post was on Reddit.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at his Reddit account here. Let's do a little stalking.
Oh, it's at least 3 years ago.
Use Ripster 55, right? It was Ripster 55.
Ripster 55, yeah. When Geekhack was for sale, he posted in Keyboard Circle Jerk. He said it's official. Ripster buys Geekhack.
Oh god,
that was 3 years ago.
Yeah, he did.
When was his last comment?
His last comment on Reddit was 2 years ago in r/mechanical keyboards, and it just says nice, and it's a link to a Dwight Schrute from The Office gif.
Yeah, and that was when RMK broke 300,000 people.
Yeah, and before that it was 3 years, so he's pretty much not on Reddit as of 2 to 3 years ago. So very, very interesting. But yeah, he's kind of like an original memer in the community, an original kind of keyboard science person. He made a lot of guides. He was a
memer, but he was very contributive.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've looked at the RMK wiki, but I think the vast majority of it was done by him.
Yeah, he wrote almost all of it. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really crazy stuff. Yeah, I feel like we've talked about nothing and everything on this show already today. We're already like over an hour in. Sheesh. No Teslatron in the poster. Someone's asking if Kirasan is in the poster. Kirasan 22. Is he? I don't remember what he looks like.
Well, he used to have long flowing blonde hair, right? Now I think he shaved his head now, so I don't think he's in the poster. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the poster is not going to have everyone. I'm not even sure what the methodology of having these particular people in there was. I'm assuming.
I think it was just who Crash knew of, and it's about who Crash knows, and
totally fair.
People who knew Crash was working on it would suggest things to him, and he implemented some of those and didn't others, and bits and pieces. Yeah.
Look how buff I look.
You look great in that picture.
I look stacked.
I think
you know what I
think he's
like?
drawn everyone in their best light. I think.
Maybe, yeah. Like the way I look is the way I remember El Baron looking when I met him at a Seattle meetup once.
Well, yeah, he was jacked.
He's he is like built. So like this kind of reminds me of him.
He's got arms bigger than my legs. He's stacked. Yeah, I did feel that Crash left out my my beer belly. I don't really have a beer belly because I don't drink much beer, but I do have a bit of a tummy on me. And he did leave that out. He drew me relatively normal,
a little slimmer, maybe a little taller.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I think the height's about right. I
Kidding,
think
I'm
the
kidding.
height's about right. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Beck Bronin says that's because El Baron has been pumping irons. Oh my gosh,
100%.
I
Yeah.
really set you up for that one, didn't I? Fantastic. Yeah, Merlin never misses a beat. Socialite, hello, by the way, says a simplified version for Deathmat might be interesting. That, for real
That
though,
could be really
that
cool.
could be pretty cool. A Deathmat version of this. Uh, what did you bribe him with? Oh my gosh. Static Age says being reclusive and secretive in the early days of the community points more towards LGBTQ plus or female more than male.
Well, I guess we'll never know. I think everyone defaults to talking about Ripster as a guy, but yeah, we never will know, I guess.
That's true. Well, yeah, rumor always had it was that he was like an older guy. He what that was the rumor that he was male, that he was like a 50
Yeah.
or 60-year-old male, and I think that's also what Hata told me. And Hata, has been in the community since '07, '08, or '06. He basically was there when the community was started.
Yeah.
Back in Ripster was there in a lot of the earlier days as well. So I think it's possible that some of like the really super long term community members, most of which probably aren't even really around anymore. People like Hata of Kono. It's possible that he has seen him at some point or seen a picture of him, knows more about him, because I'm pretty sure that's what Hata told me as well, is that he was an older gentleman.
Yeah, I remember. I think I remember Wodan speaking about Ripstore on stream once. I think it might not have been Wodan, but I think it was Wodan, saying that he was very similar to him. Wodan always struck me as being, someone a gentleman in his late 40s or something like that. Um, Although I don't know. So yeah,
Okay, yeah, Static. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, my bad. I didn't realize you had asked that question before about how do we know that Ripster is male. I mean, we don't. The reality is we don't. But rumors have stated that he could be male.
yeah,
So
yeah. I think the consensus
it's
was
yeah,
yeah,
it's like if you ask like anyone that's heard rumors about him, chances are it's that he's like an older guy, because that's always what I've been told from multiple sources that I've talked to. But it's very possible he's not. But that's why I just say he, because from all the information we do know, that's the most likely case.
sure, yeah.
Um,
Upa says, "Ooh, what is this drawing? This is a new poster from Crash and My Keyboard that involves many members of the community and has a ton of hidden details. I've actually got a physical copy of the poster here that they sent to me just a couple of days ago. Brian's got one on the way to him. I think a lot of the people featured have ones on the way to them. But even you, Upas, you feature in this picture. There is a Canon Keys video games console,
oh
arcade
yeah,
machine, right at the top of the picture that is Canon Keys. It
man,
has the Canon Keys logo on it.
it's an arcade game. FOMO Battle. Look at that, FOMO Battle. Fantastic.
FOMO Battle.
Socialite is asking, did Ripster just suddenly peace out, or was it gradual? I think it was kind of gradual. To be totally honest, I remember the days, my early keyboarding days, when Ripster was like genuinely active. Like you would see him talking in places every single day, and he would always do like a science post here and there, and like this kind of like specialty post. And then it felt like he kind of was just less and less until like he pretty much you never really saw from him. And then, I mean, we just kind of checked out
Yeah.
his history as well. I mean, it's been a couple years, so yeah, he just kind of gradually phased out, I guess. But yeah, this is super great. Lots of homages to some really cool vendors and designers, artisan makers, content creators. A little bit of everything here. I like that he went with
Yeah.
the name Keeb Town here too, which, if I'm not mistaken, was a podcast at one point,
Yeah, with
featuring
Dixie, with
Garrett
sorry.
Garrett of Omnitype,
Yeah.
as well as Tennis Shoe Ninja and Woke Chill.
Woke
That
Chill,
was
yeah.
yeah, that was fun. Clack was a guest on Keep Town forever ago. That was a little bit before you were with us, I think, Jay.
Yeah, it was.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
quite
Keep Town finished kind of around the same time as I joined Top Clack, yeah.
yeah, yeah, really crazy stuff. So yeah, we didn't really have a topic today, but apparently we just talk about this poster the whole time. So
But the thing is, there's that much content in the
there's that
poster.
much
You could
content
talk
in the
about it
poster.
all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to show off some of the goodies that we've been getting in the mail because I've had a few things arrive lately. That
Oh, should we finish it with a mail call? Yeah. Yeah, I've got a few
yeah,
things.
we can we can sort of do that as well. So yeah, that was the poster, guys. Jay has one in person. I have one on the way. Lots of other people have them coming, so you'll probably be seeing them a lot more over the coming days, weeks, months.
Yeah, I think that the My Keyboard guys are going to sell them as well. I think they're going to sell them.
Someone's asking where Rama is, so I'm just going to show them real quick. Rama and Kate.
Ram has a whole section.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
Rama
have a
and
whole
Kate are
section.
top right here in this little studio. They have a little Rama branding on the monitors. That's Kate. That's Rama. And this is kind of a pretty good depiction actually of their kind of little workspace they have right here above K
Yeah.
Hot Types and his adorable little kitties. I wish
Upas
I wish that
asking
Merlin's
if I
kitties were
have the
here
thing.
too. Merlin
Oh, that'd be
has
cool.
Merlin has the most adorable cats. So
Yeah, I've caught a few of his streams recently. Yeah. Upas says, Jay, do you have the thing for the 15th? I don't have the thing for the 15th. I believe the thing with the 15th is with our mutual friend. But I think it's going to be with me soon. It's not something I'm going to show in the mail day today, but I think it's going to be with me soon.
okay, well now I think I'm just as interested and confused as most other people are in chat, but we can go ahead and gloss over that a little bit. That's okay.
Leaks, leaks. It's not really leaks. It's not really leaks. You can quite easily look at either mine or Upas's calendars and see what's coming on the 15th, and you'll know what we're talking about. Like you'll just know what we're talking about. It's not really a secret.
All right, well, chat, go do some research, come back to us, let us know what the heck they're talking about.
Yeah.
While we talk about,
I tell you what, if anyone can guess what Upas and I are talking about, I'll maybe leak something. Maybe leak something. That's a maybe. If anyone can guess, maybe, maybe.
what is coming up? Is it Moomin? Ione says Moomin.
No, Moomin's the 18th.
Is it 18? Everyone's guessing now. AKB Ayla, or is it Ayla? Ayla? I don't know how that's supposed to be pronounced. I'm sorry.
It's
Blackout.
a Black Joe's two blackout editions are going to be later on. We're waiting for the final prototypes for them, so that's going to be a little further out. It is the Ayla, yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Maybe I'll leak something towards the end of the stream about it. If as you guessed it, I'll try. If I remember towards the end of the stream, I'll leak a little something.
Jay, go ahead and share your Outlook calendar with the chat, please.
I think my calendar's pretty much public if you just watch my Insta stories, right? I literally talk about everything in my Insta stories.
That's fair.
So if you ever want to know what I'm doing, it'll take you 20 minutes to get through them, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we aside from that very sort of intricate poster review that we were just doing, hopefully everyone had fun with that. We want to do just a kind of a little homage to a mail call, since we used to do mail call on every episode, and we haven't done it in I don't know, a million billion years. It feels like, and
It's a while since
it kind of dawned on me because as I've kind of have been more coming back into the community lately. Not that I ever fully left, but now that I'm kind of like trying to more actively get back into things, I've been having a lot more things arrive, and quite a few interesting things as well. So yeah, we kind of wanted to show off just a few things towards the tail end of this stream here. Starting with, if you follow my Monday mental health streams, you'll know that I recently rebuilt my Iron 165 with the new Anubis switches. I used some pretty interesting symmetrical springs, as well as a new lube, Carbon GS1. That's a little newer to the community. And I built that up with a stock brass plate that was included with the Iron 165. And the build came out quite well, but it didn't really sound as good as I was hoping for. And I know you and I talked a little bit about this, and it could just be kind of the way the Iron's designed. And that might just be the way it is with those switches, at least. But I got a new plate in. This is courtesy of Iwane. He sent me a bit of a care package that just arrived yesterday, I believe, and there's lots and lots and lots of really fun stuff in here. So to start out was a new plate, a new carbon fiber plate for my Iron 165. So on my Monday streams in the next several weeks, we'll probably take another rebuild, another whack at the Iron. There's a few more boards I want to do before we kind of go back and rebuild that one. So we're going to rebuild that and try with the carbon fiber plates, see how that turns out. That could give us a little bit better of a sound. Still feels super awesome, though. So
Nice.
yeah, and alongside that care package, there were numerous other things in there, including some Kingfisher switches, which is, I think, my first time trying a Texie manufactured Switch.
Oh,
So
interesting.
that's pretty cool. And I just last night I started lubing some of these up, so these will be featured on my stream on Monday, which I'm most likely going to be kind of messing around with my Baka NECA. We'll probably put the switches in there. We'll see what that's like. Play around with that board a little bit because I've been kind of excited for the Baka NECA. Very very inexpensive board. So we'll see how that goes. But he also sent me a DCS set, DCS Nightfall, which is still available on his store, I believe, Thaki's right now. Where I think the switches are as well. So really cool. Can't ever have enough DCS. DCS starting to kind of slowly make a comeback in the community, slowly but surely. We can hope. Because DCS is awesome, it's underrated, and it has a really kind of low queue time, honestly, right now. So, love to see more of this, and this set, I think, is stupendous. Maybe we'll throw this on the Baka Neko as well on Monday. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it actually sold really, really well for me. Like, it literally sold out straight away as soon as I put it on the website. Like, the same day it all went.
DCS set. I mean, it's
Nightfall.
yeah,
It's
like
really good.
It's
really
neutral,
good.
it's tasteful, it goes with a lot of things.
Yep.
It's my kind of set. So yeah, that's
We
cool.
need more in stock DCS keycap sets. 100%.
Yeah, I completely agree. So aside from that awesome care package, I also got a few very interesting things in from Kono recently, starting with something that honestly probably won't interest very many of you, but to me this is kind of interesting for a couple reasons. So this is the Kono 84, and this is a $55 kind of OEM style keyboard that has hot swap sockets, Kale hot swap sockets, RGB, as well as Bluetooth 5.0 and USB-C. And it comes with stabilizers and all that. It's a plastic case, but for $55, that's quite a few features. And I'm usually pretty interested in like the super low budget end of the hobby. So to me, this is really interesting. We're going to be playing around with this on an upcoming stream as well. I have no idea what I'm going to put in it, but we'll probably lube the stabilizers and try to find something a little bit nicer to put on it. There are obviously some issues with a board like this, and that's kind of due to the price point. But we'll kind of go over that more on an upcoming stream. But look forward to that if you're a fan of outrageously inexpensive keyboards that could potentially deliver slightly better value than their price point entails. That's always kind of the goal. But aside from that, something that might be slightly more interesting for some of you is I now have some silo switches. So I have 3 out of the 4 silo switches, and if you guys don't remember, the silo switches launched alongside their Kickstarter, Kono's Kickstarter, for the Keystone keyboard, and these are a Hall effect style switch. So there's no metal leaf in there. It's all kind of
How do they feel?
Quite interesting. In fact, I'll give you kind of a brief kind of initial impressions on this. So I have two of the linears, I have 2 of the tactiles, and I have one of the kind of more mild clickies, but apparently there's going to be 4 variants. So there's still going to be like the more popular beam spring variant that I think they're kind of working on. The clicky that I have is supposedly, at least from what I've been told, not the beam spring style one. This is a much more mild clicky with a click bar. This kind of genuinely feels like a Kale click bar switch, but it's like a much smaller, kind of lighter click bar. It's ridiculously smooth. Obviously, there's a big lack of friction since you kind of remove the metal leaf. You don't need that. There's less points for friction overall. So the clicky feels great. Doesn't really sound that great if I'm being honest, but I'm more excited for the beam spring version. Because I think I'm going to go guess that's just going to be better. The linears are ridiculous. They are, without a doubt, the smoothest linear I've ever felt. It's like taking a super hot knife through super warm butter on a 120-degree day. It just melts. It's like there's no friction there, and it feels quite nice. The tactile variant, I think you might be a really big fan of, Jay, because to me, these feel almost identical to SKCM Browns.
You're going to say Browns.
I'm going to say Browns.
Say that.
They really do feel like SKCM Browns. They're not quite as smooth as the linear and the other clicky, but from what I've been told, these are like the production versions pretty much, but they haven't been lubed yet. Right. Apparently they're going to come with lube, so I guess they're all going to be even smoother, which is crazy.
Wow.
I do think the tactiles are pretty smooth, but they definitely could use a little bit of lube. They're definitely not as smooth as the linears, which are absolutely ridiculous.
Sure.
But the tactility really does feel like an SKCM Brown to me. So I feel like if you like those and you're a fan of those, I think you might like these as well.
Yep. I'm interested already. You are whetting my appetite for these switches,
I'm
Brian.
trying to wet something, Jay. I'll tell you that.
Woo!
So yeah, those are the silo switches I've been kind of playing around with. I don't have enough for a full board, and even if I did, I don't have the board that these are only going to work in right now, which is the Keystone. So that's kind of a bummer, but hey, we'll have to wait. I do believe I am going to be sent a Keystone once that's in the cards, obviously. Moving over to something that might interest you guys a little bit more, because this is something you can use, is the Kono Midnight Switch, and this is a new one. And I often talk about how you can't really do a whole lot in the MX design slash footprint, just because so much has already been done and it's decades old technology at this point. But this one actually is a little different. So this one has like a relatively short travel, and it's like all bump. So this is kind of like their take on Topra in MX format. It's very much kind of like either the switch is pressed or it's not pressed.
Ultra in MX format.
Which
That
is
sounds like
this is without a doubt one of the most interesting MX switches I've ever tried, and it's without a doubt one of the smoothest MX switches I've ever tried. So this feels pre-lubed. I'm almost certain this is pre-lubed. This is a JWK switch as well.
right.
And it feels kind of similar to something like the Anubis or maybe the Moyu Blacks, but the tactility is just like, it's just all there. It's only tactility. There's no like pre-travel, there's no post-travel after the bump. It's just all bump, which is
It's just a tactile event,
it's
and
just
you've actuated and
yeah.
bottomed out all at the same time.
And to me, that's super cool because it really does feel kind of reminiscent of Topra, which
It sounds
I'm
like
a big
Rubber
fan
Dome.
of. Yeah, and like
It sounds like Rubber Dome.
it sounds really good, honestly. Like at least in the hand, like the switch sounds very precise and kind of like deep and thocky. And
Sure.
man, it's super smooth and it's awesome. I've been talking with Nebulan about these two because he did the force curves for this, which I think are up on Kono right now. And
Yep,
him and
the
I were
Force
talking
goes on
about
the
like
game.
this is a good switch, and he was agreeing with me as well. This is some good stuff, and I think I actually have some on the way. So I do plan to, once I get them in, I'm going to be building I don't know what board. I'll be building a full board of them, and that'll be really really awesome. We could test those out on stream.
Interesting.
What are those called again? The Midnight Kono Midnight switches.
Midnight switches,
they're up
yeah.
for group buy right now. I don't think they're in stock, but they're up for group buy on Kono. They're not the cheapest, but they're not really outside of the realm of crazy. They're priced relatively similar with other JWK offerings for the most part.
60 cents a switch, that kind of price, or a little bit more, or
Yeah, something like that, around like 60-ish cents. Jay Sav says, "You gonna let Jay talk?" No. Well, I'm just gonna ignore Jay for the rest of the stream.
It's because Brian's doing his mail call at the minute.
Yeah.
It'll be nothing but me speaking when
And
I
then-
do my mail
yeah,
call shortly. Yeah.
that was pretty much all I wanted to show off at the moment. I might be showing off some more stuff on my Monday stream though. But yes, I will shut up now. Jay can talk about some of the things he got in, and hopefully that'll make you happy.
Sure. Okay. Well, the first thing that I got in is this.
Malden sea salt. You'll love to see it. You really do.
It's a tub of sea salt. Do you know what I got to go with the sea salt?
Malden sea salt in particular. Good stuff.
I got this.
Oh, I see where this is going. This isn't actually food related. All right.
You guess what it is yet?
Are you doing some kind of patinaing?
I am, yeah. So I'm gonna patina. I'm gonna follow the trend that Lang started and the Smith and Ring guys started. I'm gonna patina some of my copper boards, including my own 165. So I'm probably gonna stream that at some point as well. Like just because why not? I thought it'd be quite fun to do. We'll see how it comes out because I've got two of them with the copper bases. So I figured why not try something a little bit different on one and just have a go at it and see how it comes out. So yeah, we're going to do that. If it turns out well, maybe we'll do some other boards. I have some copper pieces as well. I have like a copper PCB and some other bits and pieces as well. I'm not making salt and vinegar chips. I'm not. No. I wish I was, but I'm not.
Everyone just wants the chips now.
Yeah,
you got,
as well as that,
you got a pretty high quality sea salt, honestly, for for this
I got
process.
the proper sea salt flakes. Yeah, you got to do it right. If you're gonna get sea salt, you want the best sea salt. You don't want to buy the worst sea salt.
Malden's a big
stuff.
deal in the culinary world.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it's huge. And do you know what? It was actually cheaper to buy all of this, which is like a 2 kilogram tub, than it was to buy just a standard pack of like road salt, which is what I was going to use, like the salt that you put down when it's icy and snowy
Mm,
outside. I was just going to use that and see how it went. But this was actually cheaper, so we went for the full-on culinary experience. You know,
cool. Yeah, I mean,
if I can cook steak on a keyboard, I can use high quality sea salt on a keyboard.
that's like the new
Goes
thing,
without
right?
using.
Is Lang has been like cooking boards or whatever for people. That's like the
Yeah, he's
one
done
of
it with a couple of
the new
boards.
thing.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
interesting, I guess.
As well as that, I did get something that I know you got as well, which is a care package from
Oh,
Leandrin over at Mechanisk. So I know you got exactly the same as this, but slightly different. So we'll be able to cover that. So I got a fixed ISO carbon fiber plate, which is pretty cool.
yeah.
Um, as I think Brian, you would have got the fixed ANSI
I got
version.
the Anzu
I
version.
also got yeah, a fixed ISO Wilbur Mechanisk PCB. This is the WT60H3. So I assume you would have got a standard version, and I also got a load of stabilizers which I put away. So I've got loads of the Mechanisk Duroc V2 stabilizers as well, which are going to go for sale on his store quite soon. So I got a ton of those.
They're really
We've
good,
got
by
like
the way. I've
5
been
6
using them in my Heine TKL one that I built last Monday, and they've been they've been really good stabilizers for me so far.
Yeah, I haven't used them. I've been using Joke V2s for a while now, but I haven't used the Mechanese ones yet. But
Oh, okay.
that was a pretty cool mail package. As well as that, I did get a key set, and big shout out to Tyson because GMK Ashes turned up this week, which is
Ooh,
pretty cool. I already have it on a board. I have it on my Primus. So if I can pick the board up. I already have it. Oops, get the cable out of the way. I already have it on my Primus, which looks really, really good. Very, very happy
yeah.
with how this came out. It fits the board perfectly because it's my button board is e-white and
Oh,
stainless steel and grey, so it works really, really, really well with this particular keyboard. It works really, really well. So I was really happy with that. Just to get another key set in that fits with a just the whole keyboard feels like it came together really well because everything just works on it. So that's using the Anubis switches too with the springs that we talked about earlier on.
oh,
I was very, very happy
you did
with
use
that.
those.
Yeah, I've
How do
got
you feel
the
about them?
yeah.
I don't think I've heard your impressions yet of the switches with the symmetrical springs.
I think I need to try them in a linear switch. Like the fact that they're in a tactile, I think means I'm losing some of the feeling of them. But
Sure.
yeah, I want to try them in a linear switch next.
Do you
So then
like
when
them
you
at
get the
least?
ones, I think they're okay. Yeah, I want to try them in a linear before I give a full-on opinion of them. I
Not the
think,
springs. Sorry,
which
the
is why.
switches.
Oh, the
Do you
switches.
like
The
the
switches are
switches?
great. Yeah. Yeah. The switches are great. The Anubis switches, plenty of tactility on there. I think they're better than Holy Pandas.
Yeah.
I think
Agreed.
they're better than Zycos. They're probably top 3 or 4 tactile switch for me right now. I
Yeah.
think the only other ones that come close are Ceruleans and then SKCM Browns, which nothing's going to beat them for me. Apart from maybe these new switches that you say are very much like
Yeah, that you'll only be able to use in
SKCM
one board for
Browns.
probably a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, as well as that, I also did get in something else to add to my collection of vintage keyboards. So this may look
Oh,
like a keyboard, but it kind of is. It's not
it
really a
doesn't look like
keyboard.
a
This
keyboard.
is it doesn't look like a keyboard. No, this is a really, really early high screen laptop. So this is really, really early on days, but this has got something that's pretty cool going for it. It has a full, if I can open it and show you, it has a full mechanical keyboard inside with a screen.
Oh wow,
There we go.
this is almost
This
identical
works,
to
by the
the
way.
IBM 5140.
Yeah, only this uses MX switches, and inside here are cherry clickies, but these are MX dark blues in here. So these are the ones with the really dark
Oh,
stems. So it's MX dark blues.
I remember many years ago people were paying quite a top dollar for the vintage dark blues.
Yeah, so I have a full board of them. This thing is just super cool though. Like it's just so cool. It all works. Everything works on it. You can use this if you wanted to.
That is
I
awesome.
haven't worked out how I would get information off of it because I don't have anything that uses a floppy drive anymore. But theoretically, you could use this as a word processor, and you could export it via floppy into your PC and use it as for whatever you need.
Wow.
But yeah, it's all fully working.
What's the name of that product? Like the whole thing?
This is it's a high screen B200.
B200. Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
That's pretty fascinating.
it's really cool. Like really cool. You can see it's got some yellowing on the front. There's like a line across it where it's been yellowed over time, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's how
it's really cool. It's old.
that happens. Yeah,
It's old. That's what happens.
it's all yes. And I'm sure as we get older, Jay will yellow as well.
Yellow as well. Yeah, yeah. Um, and then I did get something else finally this week. This came in 2 days ago. You
Oh,
might be able to guess what it is from the name tags on that.
can't quite see it because
Might.
of the lighting. Um,
Okay. Uh,
oh, is it your frog TKL?
this is my Frog TKL. Yeah, I haven't opened it. I haven't looked at it. I'm not going to do so until I stream the build. But I was very excited when this came in the post the other day. So yeah.
I'm holding out for that frog mini. Maybe I can be cool enough to get like a streamer spot of the frog
Hmm.
mini if they do that again. Hoping
I
for it.
yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to stream it build on Sunday night. Which I'm
Nice.
looking forward to.
Nice. Yeah.
So yes, that's my miracle.
Seems like people have been pretty happy with the frog lately. I've been I lurked in a couple build streams of the frog. Seems to be
Yeah.
going pretty well so far, at least for the price, since it was kind of targeting that kind of more mid range price as opposed to the fancier stuff.
But yeah, and I know I got one of the streamer editions, so for the price of one of the streamer editions, I just think it can't be beat. Like he
Yeah.
must have been selling the streamer ones at a loss. Like I just can't understand how he would make a profit on them at that price. It's unbelievably cheap. But yeah, I'm really excited to open it up. I bought some of the extra feet and other bits and pieces as well, so we'll take a look at it all, um, see how it goes. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Cool. Hell yeah, man. That sounds great. Okay, cool. So that's gonna, start to wrap up our show here. We're gonna talk about our sponsors for just a second, and then we're gonna do a brief Q&A to kind of round out the stream like we always do. So if you guys have questions, any kind of questions pertaining to what we talked about today, pertaining to keyboards in general, pertaining to things outside of keyboards in general, please feel free to ask questions right now. You can tag us as well. That helps us out quite a bit. And while those are rolling in, we're going to go ahead and look at my stream stats, apparently, because I have the dashboard open. We're going to talk about our lovely sponsors, starting with the wonderful Novel Keys. Several things going on, as usual. GMK set of the month this time is Oblivion V3.1. So if you missed out on Oblivion in one of the previous runs, it's been definitely one of the most popular key set IDE-themed sets. So that's pretty cool. There's also an NK65 version, so maybe if you're a little bit new to the hobby and you like the colorway, but you don't have a keyboard yet, that could be a pretty good option as well. Very inexpensive. There's also, like we talked about, I think last week, one of the coolest looking M6Cs from Rama we've ever seen, with those
Pretty
nice
cool.
little accents on the front. I have an M6C. I don't have this one, but I have another one that's also quite lovely. These are freaking awesome. I love them. Another of the big hype things we're doing right now is the Alluvia keycaps group buy, and this is pretty cool because I feel like we've kind of come full circle with this key set, because remember, people were so angry at round one because you couldn't get her thing is always rose gold, right? But you can't really get rose
Yeah.
gold on non-metallic surface finishes, right? Because rose gold is
Sure.
very much a metallic kind of thing. So now you can
It is,
almost
yeah.
get like the rose gold metallic kind of theme and feel with these Alluvia keycaps, which are all aluminum CNC'd for $350 for the full set, which I don't know how they did, because there's still a pretty reasonable amount of compatibility, all things considered.
All things
So
considered, it's not bad at all.
it's
Yeah,
really
the
not
last
bad.
day to
Yeah.
join it as well. Last day to join it as well.
Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, get in on that, guys. If you've been, kind of on the edge. There you go. Last day. It looks really awesome. It really does. Other than that, lots of desk mats, lube, stabilizers, switches up the yin yang. There's pretty much everything you can find here. Lots of stuff. And if you're buying in stock, use the promo code Clack. Gets you 5% off, and shows that you cared about us. Shows that you have feelings for probably Jay. You have feelings for Jay.
I mean, duh.
I mean, I think we all have feelings for you, Jay.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, moving over to our second sponsor of the day. I've lost the link. It is the wonderful people over at Kono.store. They have a few things for us to take a look at today, including GMK Poker. So if you're interested in cards and you're interested in playing cards, maybe playing a bit of poker, this might be the key set for you. If the key set's not for you, the desk mats maybe. If you want a game table or a pack of playing cards or something like that, that might be something up your street. Brian, I'm really really tempted to buy for you that desk mat
This Deathmat's
because I
kind
don't
of
think you'll
cool.
buy it yourself.
I
But
probably
I'm
won't buy it
tempted to buy
myself.
it for you. Yeah, I'm tempted to buy it for you.
Yeah, honestly, I think the set looks okay, but it's not really for me. But this particular desk mat's pretty interesting because it actually is fairly indicative of an actual poker table.
It's pretty close, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty close. Yeah. As well as that, they also have GMK Boho if you're interested in joining something a little bit different. This is more of a muted set, very similar to Honeywell, but with more muted colors. And that might be right up your street. It could be something really nice. I think it's underappreciated in the community right now. And I think it's going to be a bit of a sleeper hit when extras go up for sale in a year or so's time. So, yeah, big fan of that myself. As well as that, they've also got the Kono 84, which Brian, you talked about a little bit ago, which is a really super cheap, bare bones 75% with a host of features, Bluetooth. It's got in switch LEDs. It's got milled case. It's you name it, it's got it. Right, like it's got everything you could possibly want in a keyboard for $65.
Yeah, lots of fun features for a very cheap price.
I am definitely interested to see your review of that as well. So yeah.
Yeah,
If switches are more your thing, then maybe the midnight switches, which Brian talked about earlier on, the switches that he likened to being what was it you said? They're very much like Topra.
this is a pretty unique switch. Yeah, this is not just like a recolor. This is actually a different switch. So very excited to
Okay.
get more in these to check out. Obviously, I'll have a much more highly opinionated review once I get more in. But they sent me one switch and it feels amazing to me. So very much looking forward to getting more in.
Yeah, me too. I'm hoping that we can try these out and have some good opinions on them because if it feels like that, I'm kind of interested to see what it's like. Kind of interested.
Yeah,
There we
absolutely.
go.
So, moving on over to KBD fans, they have a few things going on right now. Of course, the legendary Enjoy PBT Kuroshiro, one of the most popular Enjoy PBT sets, courtesy of Gawk, is enjoying its third run right now, and I imagine it's probably doing fairly well, like it did the last two. Very, very nice key set. Lots of other Enjoy PBT sets to choose from as well. Maybe Kuroshiro isn't your thing. The group buy also for the KBD fans, Mountain Ergo is live right now for hey look $420. I think
Yeah, I picked one up.
that's actually one of the more
Yeah.
expensive options, right? You can get it for cheaper. Yeah, soldered PCB is cheaper. There you go. So yeah, pretty big, bulky, kind of Alice style. If this is up your alley, that could totally be for you. Over in the coming soon section, they have lots of things coming as well. So yeah, keep your eye out on that. Good stuff. So if you're here, maybe you're not interested in any of that stuff, you can check out their normal shop. They have lots of things in stock, pretty much always. It's very budget friendly. They have a lot of entry level options at very low prices. So definitely a good place to check out if you're trying to ball out on a budget, or maybe you're a little newer to the hobby and you want something a little bit more reasonably priced, rather.
Yeah, yeah. Moving over to our final sponsor of the day, it is the wonderful Leandrin over at mechaniste.com. Nothing to talk about that's in stock at the minute, but the store is going to be reopened soon after his massive sale for the Fial and the Clipper earlier on in the year. He's kind of semi-closed the store for now. It's still there. You can still browse it. You can still have a look, but things are going to be coming soon, including loads of desk mats, load of more switches. You're going to be able to stock his feet and plates and PCBs, everything else that you're going to be able to want, including hot swap kits and all sorts of other bits and pieces. But the thing that Brian and I can tell you about and tell you is really good is version 2 of the Ultramarine stabilizers. So these are
Yeah.
Duroc V2 stabilizers, so they clip in a slightly different way. The wires are much more robust, and these are going to be in stock on Leandrin's site, mechaniste.com or testateur.co if you're in Norway in the near future. So watch out for those guys as well.
Yeah, I know you've been using the Duroc V2s for a while, but I'm a little bit newer to them. This is my first board that I'm using right now with them, the Heine TKL, and I gotta say it's probably one of the better stabilizers I've ever used. You barely notice they're there, and like that's like what you want out of a stabilizer, right? It's smooth, it's quiet. You don't really notice it's there, and I like the clip. I appreciate the clip a lot easier. It feels easier to actually clip in. So big fan of
Sure.
those, and
Yeah.
I'm glad he sent me a bunch because now I'll have some sweet stabilizers for my next few builds. So
Yeah.
yeah, guys, if you have
Awesome.
any questions for us about more or less anything, Feel free to ask away before we head out and find someone to raid.
Yeah, Static Age says, "What is the firmware that the Mountain uses? I was not familiar with it." Well, I just bought a Mountain. I assumed it was QMK. Is it not? Oh, TMK firmware, programmable through ydkb.io.
Oh,
So TMK is very old stuff.
yeah.
Um,
QMK is actually branched from TMK, right? TMK came first, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
yeah. I mean, there was some cool boards in TMK. I remember that at the time,
My
but
first ever
yeah,
custom used TMK, and that was a nightmare to use.
yeah.
I got to be honest. I know they have this website now, YDKB or whatever, and
It actually looks much easier to use than
it's
TMK used to be. Yeah.
it is, yeah. It's a lot easier to use. I have one kind of older KBD fans, Hot Swap RGB PCB, in one of my boards right now that uses the same thing, and it's pretty straightforward. But
Yeah, so the
raw
new
TMK was such a nightmare, though.
oh yeah, man, it was harder than QMK.
I cringed.
It looks like the current fork of TMK looks very similar to the QMK configurator website. So it looks like it should be relatively easy to do at static H. So I know it doesn't have VIA, I know it doesn't have QMK, but it looks like it's going to be pretty easy to program.
Maybe
So yeah,
maybe it can be ported as well by someone like the wonderful Mech Merlin.
maybe
So I
maybe
mean,
it could be.
if it uses TMK, I think that means it can use QMK, right?
As far as I'm aware,
I think it's like
yes.
the
As far as I'm
same
aware, yes.
it's the same controllers are supported or whatever. I'm not a expert at this, obviously, so someone in chat's gonna be like, "No, you're stupid, you're wrong," and then
No, I'm pretty sure that's it.
I'll have no defense other than crap. All right, but I'm pretty sure it could probably be ported.
Yeah. Uh, Doctor Owned. Um, I recognize that username. I recognize that username. Where do I know you from? Doctor Owned. It says, could you give me a brief list of linear and tactile switches that have come out over the last year that are worth looking up? I've lost track of all these new names with the JWK recutlers flooding the market. Okay, so first of all, on
Understandable.
that, there are too many switches to give you a comprehensive list of. I can probably give you two or three
We
that I
could
would
pick out a
recommend
couple.
you pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for linears, I would definitely say take a look at Lavender switches. They're probably my favorite linear switch of the last year. They are a JWK recolor, but they have a full nylon housing, so they sound and feel very different to other ones. In terms of pure feel, I'd look for H1 linears. I really like the H1 linears personally. Again, JWK switch, but just in terms of feel, they feel pretty solid. Alpacas also get a good mention as well.
V2
Brian, any I've
particularly.
missed on the yeah,
Um,
V2 Alpacas? Any others I've missed on the linear scale?
I don't think so. I think for me, I kind of agree. The lavenders are probably the best linear I've used
Yeah,
more recently. It kind of depends on what you're looking for, right? Because the lavenders like are really good, but they're not that interesting. And I feel like it's kind of the
sure.
same as like a Gateron ink, right? Like the inks were really hyped because they're a good switch. They're really good, but they're not that
The inks are
interesting.
good, sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, but like they're just like a fundamentally good switch, and I feel like if that's what you're looking for, then yeah, lavenders and Gateron inks, pretty much fit the same bill. The full nylon housing of the lavenders really does give it a nice kind of pop if you're into that kind of louder, more assertive sound, like I am. So yeah, lavender is definitely at the top of my list for linears. Also, though I think they definitely have some issues. I think the kingfishers that I was sent by Iwane recently, very interesting.
Mm.
I'm not going to say like I fully recommend them yet because I'm in the process of lubing them and I haven't put them in a board yet. I will on Monday, so I'll have better opinions of them then. But the kingfishers seem really interesting because they have the longer pull, and you don't see that very often on linears, right? People do that on tactiles a
No,
lot
it's just tactiles.
to try to kind of replicate the Holy Panda, the way the Holy Panda kind of works with that really kind of shorter travel and the really loud bottom out. So these kind of have that as
Yeah.
well, but they use kind of a proprietary blend of plastic that I think they're calling PME, which I have
Mm.
genuinely no idea what that means. But they do feel very interesting, and I will say that. So I'm very much looking forward to that. As far as tactiles go, I'm really all about the Anubises lately. I think they are also a
Those solid
JWK.
switches.
It's a
Yeah.
JWK full nylon though, so only more recently are we seeing the full nylon JWK switches, which I really do think just perform way better, particularly in terms of acoustics. I think they just sound monumentally better. So
100%.
big
Yeah.
shout out to the Anubis switches. Those are over on Canon Keys. I think the Lavenders are over on Canon Keys as well. At least if you're in the U.S. Those are the two most interesting things to me. I still think Zelios V2 are very good. I think Telios are very good. But yeah, I think Lavenders and Anubis are kind of the top of each category for me right now. But it's
Yeah.
ever changing, right? Because you never really know what's going to
The
happen.
the other one I'd put up there with the Anubis switches for tactiles is the cerulean switches, which is basically the
True.
lavender counterpart that is tactile. I'd put those up there as well because I think that they're really solid. So those as
Yeah,
well.
that's. I'm glad you brought that up actually because the Anubis and the Cerulean, while both being kind of newer and I would say both very good tactile switches, they're also very different. So the
Yeah,
Anubis, it depends on
surprisingly,
what
yeah.
kind of tactility you're looking for because the Ceruleans are like a really refined MX clear. It kind of has that more
Mm.
classic MX tactility, whereas the Anubis very much takes kind of a page out of the Moyu Black and almost T1 and Zelio and Holy Panda kind of feeling, where it's just kind of like a big, round, snappy bump. Whereas the Ceruleans are, a little bit more mild, a little bit more classic feeling, kind of like an MX Clear. So,
Nice, nice.
yeah. But yeah, Ceruleans, I,
Okay.
I I seem to always forget those because I'm not really the biggest fan of that kind of tactility. But for what they are, like if you like that style, they're very good, right? Because like you said, they're kind of like
Oh, they're
the
super good.
brother
Yeah,
to like the Lavender, like they're the tactile version of the Lavender basically, and super good. Nylon housing,
yeah.
very smooth, pretty decent stock spring even. You love to see it.
You do
Streaking
indeed.
Streaking Bison says U4Ts have been nice to type on. Yeah, I did get some of those. I don't have it on the board yet. Mine are actually with Langlandia. He has some of my switches that he's lubing for me. I haven't gotten those back yet,
Nice.
so I'll definitely have some opinion on the bobas because I know those have been kind of hype. And in the hand, the stock ones felt pretty good. So maybe lubed and in a board could be quite nice as well. So
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah. Shout out to Neapolitans actually on that one as well. Neapolitan switches again on Canon keys. They're really, really good. They're interesting. So they're like a three-colored switch. They're pink, white, and brown, like Neapolitan ice cream would be, and they feel pretty solid. I'm pretty impressed with them as well. So I've used them in a build. Was pretty happy with those two. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Um,
Next question comes from J Savers, or J Savs. He says, "So I got it on the Friends and Family Palmetto. It's a pink champagne, and I'm stuck on a blue brushed brass weight or a bead blasted brass with clear coat. What do you guys think would look better with the pink?" Um, it depends on the blue of the blue, right? It depends on what that blue looks like. If it's baby pink, so like champagne baby pink, and it's baby blue, I think they'd look great together. If it's anything else, I'd probably go with the brass. Like if it's a bright blue, I'd probably go with the
the
brass.
the yeah, yeah. So and most people know I don't care about colors. I just don't. So the question's a little lost on me. However, I will say that I really do love bead blasted brass clear coated. That's I'm a big fan of that. I don't like things like patina. I don't really care for like PVD shiny brass. It's never really been my thing. I want clean, clear, matte brass. That's what I like. So to me, I think that'd be a really good accent because I think that goes with like all colors, right? But like Jay was saying,
Sure.
when you start introducing the blue brushed brass into it, you don't really know how the blue is going to play with the pink. I
I'd
feel like
need to
there's
see it to be able to confirm. Yeah.
some kind of inappropriate joke there. I'm sure. But yeah, I would go with the bead blast brass just because that's how I like my brass personally.
Sure. Yeah. Wayward Fox says, looking for an external numpad. Got any recommendations? I think it depends on budget because you can do some really cool little self-soldering things that are in the gingham style through-hole components, or you could spend a bit more money and have like an aluminium case and stuff like that. So it really depends on budget, Wayward Fox. KBD fans have got some nice numpads in, or they did have at one point. So you could take a look at those. If anyone's got a spare one, is actually pretty solid as well. I'm a big fan of that.
I'm just dying over here. No worries.
You all right?
Yeah, went down the wrong hole.
What went down the wrong hole? You weren't doing anything. You were just breathing.
Tea. I was drinking.
Oh, I didn't see you drink. I didn't see you drink.
No, I'm
We'll
good.
just
I'm
let
good.
Brian die for a minute.
I'm good. I'm
We'll
just
just let
dying for a
Brian
minute.
die.
Yeah, no, it's all good. We're good.
Uh,
I'm not a
QT Sir says
fish.
hello. Just
I think I can drink water, but apparently that's not how human bodies work. So So there's that.
No, apparently it's not. Yeah.
Yeah, apologies for
Uh,
that, guys. I was gonna bring up though on the external numpad question. Oh, excuse me, guys. I would say that the KBD pad, the KBD, I don't remember exactly what they call it, but the KBD fans numpad, they have like an aluminum version that's like relatively inexpensive. I think it's like sub $100. At one point, it came with Enjoy PBT keycaps even for like $1 extra, which
did
was like
yeah.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen in the community. Why would you not pay $1 more for a nice set of numpad? Like, I'll never not find that funny. But
Yeah, I wonder if anyone did buy it without the keycaps, like if they just didn't spend that dollar.
like, why would you, I don't know. Yeah, did anyone in chat buy that numpad and not get the $1 extra keys? I don't know if that's how they still do it or if they changed the price or anything. I honestly haven't
I'm
looked,
not sure
but
if I'm
that
honest. I'm
was
not
like,
sure.
I remember that being one of the funniest things ever to me. I don't know why. QT Sir, first time chatter, says hello. Just joined, new streamer I'm watching. Well, new to me. Definitely, it's definitely new to you, but you know Top Clack has been around. We were the first keyboard streamers practically. I'm not going to say that for sure because I think there might have been other people doing like very minor stuff, but I think for all intents and
Steve Pete
purposes,
and Woden were before Top Clack, as far as I
yeah,
know.
they were doing some stuff. As far as like Twitch streams go, I think Top Clack was the first because Ski with Pete was definitely doing the YouTube thing.
Yeah,
And I think Wodan was a little bit more YouTube centered as well.
yeah,
So,
maybe. I can't really remember. It's a long
but
time ago now.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean this was 2016. We're definitely one of the first, so we've been around for quite a while. Foiled by the hydration. I know. Sometimes water just wants to kill you, man. It sucks. Actually, that was tea. That was my tea that was
Well,
trying to kill me.
funnily enough, everyone who has drunk water will die.
Oh my gosh. This is terrible news,
Yeah,
Jay. This is really, really
yeah.
terrible news. Um, yeah. Tata says, I have been trying to talk with someone about my interest check all day, been in voice calls, etc. No luck. I've gotten feedback in the IC, but it's all text, and I can't really follow up on it with questions. So do you mind checking it out? I know you don't do this anymore, and I don't know if this would be suitable part of the stream to discuss it. Yeah, I mean, we don't really do that anymore. If you ask around in our Discord, for example,
I'm pretty sure people give you
people
some advice on
people
Discord. Yeah.
people usually reply to stuff like that, and I can definitely check it out as well. I don't know if I want to do it on stream. I just don't really like dissecting interest checks on stream anymore. I feel like I'm not as good at it as I used to be, nor do like I'm trying to say this in like a not mean way. I
Wait, were we ever good at it?
No, probably not. Let's be real.
Yeah, yeah,
But you know, the reality is, I mean, there's lots of people out there, and there's going to be lots of feedback in lots of different ways, and you know, there's lots of places you can post. You know, having us check it out is one thing, but I feel like you'll probably get better feedback if you ask around. You know, in places like larger discords where like lots of people like really care about you know, that particular kind of
sure.
thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, feel free to post it in the Discord link below, and I can take a look at it as soon as I'm able to.
Yep.
Um,
Static Age saying Divinity has the KBD Pad 2 in stock pretty often. There we go. So it's available in the US.
cool, cool. Yeah. X Naughton X is asking about recommendations for good light tactiles. So good light tactiles. This is kind of interesting because you know, for years it was all about the big tactility, right? Big round bumps. That's what everyone wanted out of their tactile switches. But we've
Yeah.
slowly been seeing the trend start to skew more lately towards the more milder tactility switches. Which is always kind of interesting. So I don't really have a ton of recs because I don't generally use those kind of tactile switches. However, I've heard pretty good things about the pewter switches lately, which are kind of like you know, people kind of jokingly call like a JWK Brown, for example. It's kind of like a mild tactility.
It is, yeah. I actually have a set of them and I've never used them on a board. I've got a full bag of like 100 and I've never used the pewters yet. But
Yeah, well,
yeah,
that's
I should
chat.
probably use them at some point.
Everyone in chat, does anyone have any recommendations for this viewer? Any good light tactiles on the market that you guys have been appreciating? Because I haven't had the chance to try very many light tactiles these days. The newer ones at least. Penguins. I wouldn't really call that a light tactile, but they're kind of interesting. They're a bit more of a finicky switch. I actually have some of those with Langlandia right now, waiting on those to be lubed. Can't go wrong with Gap Browns. Yeah, there's Gap Browns are fine. They're definitely very cheap. Duroc light
Yeah.
tactiles. They should just call them that. Just light tactiles.
Your LTs, yeah, light tactiles. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, I think we've kind of caught up then.
Yeah, looks like we've caught up. So I guess now's a good time to kind of head out, and we can. I want to look around for someone to raid like we usually do. So I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah,
and
let's see
take a gander. Who's live? Zelios still
see
one of my faves.
who's
I wouldn't call Zelios a mild tactile switch though, right? That's not like a mild tactility.
Zero's V1 maybe if you can get some of the V1s from
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
Maybe.
V1s are a little bit more MX Clear style, I guess. Okay, check out we'll browse the makers and crafting channel.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look through. There's a few keyboard streamers on right now.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
who you want to raid though?
How about Yay? It's Kate doing a custom keyboard build, hard mode.
Sounds good to me.
Apparently, I don't even know if this is a keyboard streamer normally, um, but this is
What makes
definitely someone
most?
new.
Yeah, let's do that then. Let's do that.
Yeah, we'll try. It's fine to branch out. Full disclaimer though, I have no idea who this streamer is or what they're like, so hopefully we get some nice positive content there. But yeah, we'll head over there and we'll find out together. Yay, it's Kate.
Yay, it's Kate.
Always gotta try to support newer streamers when you can,
100%.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start that raid. Thank you all so much for watching. Queue up for this raid. Go over and say something positive and wholesome, if you guys wouldn't mind. So yeah, we'll go over and head over there and say something nice. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. I thought it was a pretty fun episode. I think we spent a lot of time on that poster, but it was totally worth it.
100% it was worth
Because
it, yeah.
it's like it's the first time I've like really felt kind of like immortalized in the hobby. Is like goofy as that sounds, right? It's
Oh, cute.
it's really cool. It's like it's one of those products where you're like, that's a community thing, right? That's not like it's not a keyboard or a key set. It's not like a currency like artisans. It's like it's part of the community, and I love that. Absolutely love that. Any closing thoughts, Jay?
No, thank you very much for being around, guys. Really enjoyed the show today. Yeah, come back and check us out next week.
Yeah, come check me out on Monday. I'm live every Monday, 4 p.m. Pacific. We'll be checking out the Baka Neko, which I got in recently, as well as some Kingfisher switches, which I am currently in the process of lubing, and maybe some other things as well. So yeah, 4 p.m. Pacific on Monday. Come check me out. We'll have a good time. We'll talk a little bit about mental health, which we like to touch on every Monday as well. So yeah, come hang out. It's a nice chill time, and yeah. So it looks like this raid is about to start. So thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your day.
See you guys.